I got the goods right over here. It's one of the more iconic New York City sandwiches. I'm Ariel, this is Urbanist. Let me know where you're watching from. So this right here, as people are tuning in, is one of the most iconic New York City sandwiches. It is the classic Italian-American chicken parm. It's on the roll, this one. You can also get it on the hero. And I was walking around this beautiful neighborhood. If it's any good, I'll let you know exactly where I'm at and the location and the name of the place. But stay tuned towards the end. We'll see if it's actually good and worthy of giving them a shout out. But I was walking around and caught my eye because this place is specifically about chicken sandwiches and not fried chicken sandwiches, like cutlets. So classic Italian-American cutlets that you'll find in Italian deli sandwiches or heroes or chicken parmesan sandwiches, which you'll find in pizza joints. So I'm very intrigued to see if this is worth it. So good size, pretty heavy, cost me $13, a little bit less than $13. Total was $12.49, $12.50. For the price, it's a bit expensive, of course. A pizza joint, you can get this maybe for $9. It used to be a lot cheaper. I remember I used to be able to get these for like $6 in Queens at Sam's Pizza. All right, let's try this out. Let's see if it's any good. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm Ariel, and if it's any good, I will let you know. I end up getting vodka sauce on the side. And we're gonna see if we're gonna do an unboxing. Let's go. Are you ready? Are you ready? Unboxing time. Vodka sauce here on the side. This vodka sauce is looking liquidy. This is a liquidy vodka sauce, not a creamy one. Can't complain. I actually did not want too much cream. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Pardon the scratch mark. It was raining and I stabbed myself with the umbrella. That's how hardcore I am. And look at that. Ooh. Oh. So they end up getting their bread from Parisi Bakery, which is one of the more well-known Italian bakeries. I'm optimistic. Oh my God. Look at that cheese pull. That is good mozzarella. So how can we tell if it's good mozzarella? A, the elasticity on this. That is good mozzarella. B, look at the color. Nice pristine white. Not too glistening. If it's glistening too much, that means it's old cheese. So it's not glistening too. Good serving of basil, which is very important. The bread, look at that. Ooh, I'm very optimistic. Look at how beautiful the bread is. It seems to be buttered because there is a little bit of a golden glisten to it. And fresh bread, not old bread, not supermarket bread. Okay. Let me know if you hear me and see me okay. I have 5G network now, and I got cut off the cheese. I got cut the cheese. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes you gotta cut the cheese. All right, the cheese has been cut. Let's try this out. One more bite. Sometimes when you have a rush of good feelings, you might have to ask yourself, is this infatuation or is this real love at first sight? So let's take a second bite. Let's not rush in, because as the old song says, only fools rush in. So let's take a second bite. It's love at first bite. Oh yeah, that is a really good chicken parm. Oh my god. Ooh, that is really good. Wow, it's not as saucy. Ooh, sorry, having a little bit of spillage, getting all excited. It's not as saucy. Like I may have featured chicken parm a long time ago from a restaurant called Parm, located in Soho. That is one of my favorites. Is my favorite. That one's much more saucier. But this one, oh, it's the chicken has a different quality to it. Something about the chicken, the way it's breaded, has a little bit of a more herbaceousness to it. Great soft bread, nice mozzarella cheese. Mozzarella cheese is just perfection. They source some great mozzarella. The chicken is really what stands out, and it lives up to the name of the place, which I will tell you in a bit because I'm genuinely impressed by this. The bread, I'm glad that they chose a Parisi bread. You can choose your bread. You can go roll or you can go hero. Hero is going to be bigger. This bread is really good. Rolls in most pizza joints is going to be rather underwhelming. So most pizza joints, if you don't know what pizza joint means, it's basically any type of place that sells pizza. Go to New York, you go to New Jersey, Connecticut, many major cities around the US, you'll find pizza joints. And in many pizza joints, there's also Italian-American foods, especially in more residential areas. So if you growing up in Jackson Heights, Queens, our favorite pizza joint was Sam's Pizza. Pizzeria Rosa as well was a nearby one where I grew up. They usually have chicken parm on the menu, and you can get on the roll, you can get in the hero. The hero is usually very big, and the bread on the hero tends to be a little bit more pleasing. But the roll always tends to be rather underwhelming. It's very called those Kaiser rolls, they're very flat. I don't like them personally. Some people have a fondness for them, especially if you grew up with them. Shout out to New Jerseyans. I know many of you love your Kaiser rolls. And what they do to compensate for the lack of quality in the bread is to make it extremely saucy, extremely cheesy. But the mozzarella is also not that fresh. So this is really good because it's fresh mozzarella, great bread, great chicken. The chicken does taste good quality, and also lots of basil. So hello Inspire Life, hello Dwayne. In Edmonton we have Italian supermarkets. There's a cafe with them. This is a hot sandwich, says Terry. Yep, hot sandwich. The chicken wanted to escape, so I caught it on time. Ahmed asked, what's a hot sandwich? So of course we have people tuning in from all around the world. In America, usually there are cold sandwiches. Everything is cold. Cold deli cuts, cold hams, cold cheese, cold bread. Everything's cold. Not freezing. If it's cold from a fridge, then it might not taste the best. It's not supposed to be frozen, then that's a bad sandwich. But cold. And then you can get hot sandwiches, which means things are heated up. The meat is heated up. In this case, chicken cutlets, freshly heated up, in this case, or freshly fried. Mozzarella is melted, and the bread is warmed up or toasted. That's a hot sandwich. Hey, MMC, nice to see you here. What's the name of the restaurant? All right, I'll tell you in a bit, but let's do a dipping. Let's use this vodka sauce. So you can choose with marinara sauce, which is pure tomato-based sauce, or you can get a vodka sauce. Vodka sauce is supposed to be... So they put very little, if barely any, cheese in here. Vodka sauce sometimes is made with cheese or sometimes it's made with cream. Depends on where you get your vodka sauce. I prefer the Italian vodka sauce that's made with Parmesan. But here in America, we tend to put cream on our vodka sauce. It has no vodka though. So let's. I'm gonna finish this bite and then I'm gonna dip the other one on it. Hey, Mustafa from North Macedonia, nice to see you here. Does Blimpies still exist in New York? No, I haven't. I think the last Blimpies I saw was maybe about 6 years ago. Doug, great question. I mean, not Doug, that was someone else. Thank you, great question. Chicken Parm is one of my weaknesses, says Inspire Life. Yep, as a New Jerseyan, you probably already know. And chicken parms are very popular in the cities of the US with major Italian populations. So I assume the Midwest, let me know, any Midwesterns, Americans out there, do you eat chicken parm as well? It is indeed popular in New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey. Will you have a lasagna stream? Susie, you know what? I am really tempted to do a lasagna stream. Alder says, I love it's eggplant parmesan. Great, yes, Alder. Glad you mentioned that. So, you can get different parmesans. So it's called chicken parmesan because it's breaded chicken with a little bit of parmesan, cheese. You can get a few different parmesans. Usually it's chicken, veal, which is beef, a small little baby cow. And then the third one is the vegetarian one, is eggplant parmesan. So let's try it out with the vodka sauce. With this huge cheese. All right, time to cut the cheese again. All right, the cheese has been cut. Again, pardon everyone. Sometimes you gotta cut the cheese. Oh no, that was good cheese. That was good mozzarella they use. Uh-oh, we have an issue. You gotta remove the paper. It happens. It is the name of the game when it comes to New York City sandwiches. You run into that risk in getting a sandwich to go. Don't complain if that happens to you. The paper gets stuck to the sandwich. Do not complain. That is part of the process for any regular chicken parm. It's dip. For such a great sandwich, it's unfortunately a very disappointing vodka sauce. It's unfortunately a very disappointing vodka sauce. This vodka sauce is basically marinara with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. No cream here. I think if you're serving Italian-American food, you gotta do a classic Italian-American vodka sauce. You gotta put a little bit of dash of cream in here because it's not pink enough. Yeah, not the best vodka sauce. It's good. It's just basically marinara with a little bit of Parmesan. So nothing really to be too enthusiastic about. So I wish they would have done a little bit better job. So Janice says, lots of places think mozzarella is parm sandwich, but no, you need Parmesan cheese. Janice, yeah, this one has Parmesan cheese. The chicken is made with Parmesan cheese, yeah. Some people think chicken parm is mozzarella cheese. No. Mozzarella cheese sometimes is added on it. Sometimes you got to order it extra. Hey, George. So feel free to ask me anything about Italian-American cuisine. This place is amazing. I will recommend it. It's located at 13th Street and 3rd Avenue. 13th Street and 3rd Avenue, and it's called Cutlets. Cutlets. Easy name to remember. You get fries with that. They didn't have fries. They only had chips. Not UK chips. They only had American chips, which is on the back. Not my favorite. Cutlets, right there. Highly recommended. 13th and 3rd. We're enjoying the beautiful views of a gigantic New York City bus, exhausting a lot of carbon monoxide straight to my face as I enjoy a beautiful chicken parm sandwich. Have you ever made your own fresh pasta, says Susie? No, I had never made my fresh pasta. I've done a live stream where I helped make pasta. A chef taught me how to make pasta, and this was like 4 years ago. Wow, quite a while back. 5 years ago, I think, at this point. And that was in Italy. Old live stream probably is no longer up, but no, I never made pasta. I make my own pasta. I make a pasta dish at home. I like making carbonara. I like making spaghetti with meat sauce. I like making my meat sauce with bison. So good. But I don't actually make the actual pasta. That, I think, it's a little bit more time intensive. Unleaded chicken parm, says Ambrose. Will you ever come back to the Balkans? I haven't been to the Balkans yet, Mustafa. I've only been to northern Greece. Was probably the closest I've been to the Balkans. What are the must-eat places in Italy? This is Amanda. Italy has a whole lot of places. Definitely go to Rome. Spend a whole lot of time in Rome. I spent 2 weeks in Rome and still had things to do. But ask me anything about Italian American cuisine. Rome. I'm so happy I got this. Kay says, life is too short to be making pasta from scratch. Right. You can buy pasta here in New York, many places in Italy, UK as well. Freshly made the day of. You have to go to a pasta store or to like your nearest Italy. How's Gino's Pizzeria, says Ahmed. Ahmed, saying how's Gino's is basically asking how's Joe's, how's Ray's. There are hundreds of Gino's in New York. I may have tried a few, but I don't remember any. Mandy, nice to see you here. Oh no, I got mute. A lot of people here. Someone was playing hip-hop music. Favorite place for a meatball? Great question. I think my favorite meatball place, Jimmy, is Aleva. I think it's called Aleva. Casa Aleva, that's the name, I think. I gotta remember it. The oldest cheese shop in Little Italy in New York. Casa Aleva, and it's great mozzarella cheese that they have, but also they make a very amazing chicken parm. The chicken parm is the same price as this, but a size that can feed an entire family. So if you have like a family of 4, buy yourself a meatball parm from Casa Aleva in Little Italy. What's your favorite Italian American movie? Great question, DS. Great question. That's a great question. You know, I really love a lot of Chinese American movies. The Farewell. Yesterday I saw an amazing Chinese American movie called Everything Everywhere at Once. Great film. But when it comes to Italian American, there's a lot of gangster films. I'm not the biggest fan of gangster films. But I gotta say, Raging Bull is quite a masterpiece. So Raging Bull, but I'm sure I have another Italian American movie. I would recommend watching Raging Bull. Michelle says, where are you off to next? Stay tuned. Stay tuned. There's stuff that I'm going to cover. Deep dish pizza is best in Chicago. Yeah, that sounds interesting. Not a big outside dining area. No, not really. What's your favorite dish in Italy? Well, ask me anything about Italian American cuisine. My favorite Italian American dish actually is lasagna. You can be a classic lasagna, but I would say what I gravitate most to is a penne alla vodka. Penne alla vodka, but done classic Italian American style. That means that the actual sauce is made with cream. And sorry, I'm getting distracted. I've already had a few women pass by and are smiling, seeing me talk to the camera. Christine, nice to see you here. Ruby Rosa has the best pizza, says James. It does has a great pizza. I love lasagna as well, says Vandy. In order to find a good classic lasagna, you just have to go to the classic pizza joints. So search up pizza in your city or search up lasagna. Go to a neighborhood that's outside of the tourist areas. So go to the Upper East Side, maybe Upper West Side. Go to, if you're visiting Manhattan, venture out to Brooklyn and search up lasagna and go to the place with the highest ratings. I think you'll have a good time. Brownie says, so good. We're heading to Rome last 2 weeks of May, says Christine, that's so cool. Enjoy it. Excited to see your post the other day that you're traveling, says Mandy. Oh yes. So Super Urbanist will be getting and above of course, will be getting a bonus vlog on how I choose places, why I choose places, pro tips on choosing the best lodging, and also they'll be getting a reveal of where I'm going. So if you want to know where I'm going in April, for at least one city first, become a Super Urbanist. You'll be the first to know. Oh yeah. I think I'll make lasagna for dinner tomorrow, says okay. Yeah. All right, everyone. Let me see if I missed any questions. Arthur Avenue in the Bronx, maybe. Great place. I really do love it. I actually did a Arthur Avenue in the Bronx live video many years ago. It's funny, Janice, that you mentioned that. So, I did a live video about 4 years ago of Arthur Avenue with two amazing tour guides. They are a couple, and they give tour guides. They also write cookbooks about Italian American cuisine, and they're very good at it. Zoom 4 years later. You remember my live video of Capri? Let me know if you remember it right now. Capri, which is this beautiful island off the coast of Sorrento, close to Naples. And I still show the beautiful views. And then I did like a few live videos that day. The third live video, the last one, was walking in the town center. I bought myself a hat thanks to Wendy, who sponsored the hat. I still have it, by the way. So, after I turn off the live video, I find out that the hat was too tight. A few people actually in the live stream said, oh yeah, the hat is too tight. And I realized, oh yeah, it is too tight. So I rushed over before the store closed to see if I can exchange it, and they were so nice to exchange it. I come out sporting my new hat, and outside someone says, Ariel? And I look at them, and it's like, I thought they were a fan from TikTok or YouTube. I was like, oh, you watch me on social media? They're like, no, don't you remember? And she took off her sunglasses, and it was the tour guides from Arthur Avenue that I did a live video with. Pure coincidence, saw them in the middle of Capri. Pure coincidence. And I did not take a photo. I wish I did. I got to start remembering to take photos. Because once I shut down the live video, I'm like not in work mode anymore. But yeah, it was so cool. It was so cool. It was so random to find fellow New Yorkers halfway across the world. Mandy says, this is so awesome. I wish I was able to capture a live video, but that was just after I finished the live video. Doreen says, where shit happens. Indeed it does. What makes Italian American cuisine distinguished from Italian cuisine? Great question. Great question, Doc. Great question. Italian American cuisine is removed from Italian cuisine, by almost 100 years. Italian Americans started coming here late 1800s. En masse, they started coming here by the 1920s. So that's 100 years removed. And it has changed. Because when Italian Americans came here, they usually were from southern Italy. That's number one. So all the cuisine is southern Italian cuisine. Number two, they came here very poor from Italy. So in Italy, they didn't have too much access to mass amounts of meat, cheese, dairy products such as milk. So when they came back and they came over here, yes, they were poor, but America had a lot more opportunity and food prices were a lot cheaper. So these Italian families and the ones who cooked at home or cooked at restaurants suddenly had awesome access to meat, to cheese, and to dairy. So they started stuffing their meals with a lot more food. And they started combining pasta dishes and not just making a first course of just a little bit of pasta with a little bit of tomato sauce, with a little bit of cheese and a little bit of black pepper. No, they were like, no, F that. We're gonna put a bunch of meat on our pasta, or we're gonna put a bunch of cheese on our pasta. And then we're gonna put even more cream in our pasta with the American carbonara or the American vodka sauce. And then it became the Italian-American cuisine. So the Italian-American cuisine usually combines pasta, meat, and cheese all combined together. Italian cuisine in Italy rarely does that, especially when it comes to cooked meats. So yeah, you might have a carbonara, but it doesn't have like meatballs in it. You really don't find spaghetti meatballs. You don't find too much cream, or if any cream, in Italian cuisine. And the cheese is more balanced. Italian-American pastas tend to be very cheesy, not so much in Italy. And even if Italy, of course, has improved economically, they still have mastered balance, which unfortunately I think Italian-American cuisine is rather unbalanced, but of course it's great comfort food. So I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. I love Italian-American cuisine. You? Which do you like, Italian-American or Italian cuisine? So if I were to choose on a daily basis, I would eat Italian cuisine. Italian-American cuisine can be rather heavy and it can be rather super filling. And of course, I don't like American ingredients, especially compared to Italian ingredients. So I would eat Italian cuisine on the daily. But of course, I still have a soft spot for chicken parms and lasagnas and baked ziti. That's another Italian-American classic. Penne alla vodka. Ooh. Oh yeah. Guanciale is essential in carbonara. Yes, DMC. But as I mentioned, not too many heavy meats in Italian cuisine. Franco says that's your Italian theory. Franco, I have done a lot of videos on Italian-American cuisine. So I've gone pretty deep into food. Can someone tell me what the name of the restaurant is? What's special about Neapolitan pizza? So Naples style pizza is very soupy in the middle. It's very thin crust, very puffy. Actually, very thin in the middle, but very puffy around the side. It's cooked immediately, and it's usually personal size. You don't share pizzas in Naples. Neapolitan pizza, which is what we call here in America, is what I would call, to make a little bit more sense, New York style. New York style pizza is bigger, it's meant to share. It's not soupy in the middle, it's almost evenly crusted. And the cheese is shredded and then put on the pizza. So you have a more even distribution of cheese rather than the huge glops of cheese from Naples style. And the name is Cutlets. I have to admit, I've never eaten carbonara, Mandy. If you haven't, you gotta do it ASAP. Carbonara is amazing. It's a bit expensive here in New York, so cook it at home, but it's amazing. It's very easy to make at home. Okay, everyone. What's regular pizza in Italy? It depends on the region. Naples style, as I mentioned, soupy in the middle. Roman style, big, fluffy crust, basically that. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this now. Cold chicken parm sandwich. Highly recommend Cutlets here in beautiful East Village. Great place. It's mostly a to-go shop, so if you're traveling in New York City, come over here, take it back to your hotel late at night, and enjoy some good food, or if it's summertime, come over here and go to a nearby park. There's a lot of them in the area. Everyone, see you on April. Every Thursday through Sunday at 4 p.m. will be the schedule all throughout April, starting next week. But the second week is when I go to a new location. So if you want to get bonus access to a lot of videos that I've done in the past. For example, I'm posting a full tour of the Museum of Moving Image, one of the coolest cinema museums in the world, in my opinion. Full 1 hour tour, in depth, is going to be posted this week for Super Urbanists. Patreon.com/urbanist, or pressing that join button on YouTube, or pressing that become a supporter button on Facebook. But Patreon is the most important because I get most of your contributions. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Keep being awesome. Miss Love says, new clue. New clue. A new clue. Oh no, I gotta drink more coffee to give you a good clue. I gotta drink more coffee to give you a good clue. So stay tuned, everyone. Keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. See you soon. Bye-bye. 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 Gonna eat that soon.